So I wanted to share how I put our floating mantle in place. It's probably considered the poor man way, but here it is. So I built this from scratch and I know where the studs are. So you definitely want to make sure there's no electrical, gas, water lines, anything like that in the studs before you start drilling into them. So I knew exactly where they were, and I've marked my level lines and marked the center of my studs. And first off, I drilled a pilot hole so that I would know exactly where to put my 1/2 inch drill bit so that it's going to be dead accurate. Then I took what I've used here is a 1/2 inch pipe flange and just a cut off piece of threaded 1/2 inch pipe that takes my 1/2 inch drill bit, and I'm lining up the screws with my level mark, and I actually set this just a little bit out of level, just right at the tipping edge there, just because I'm putting in white oak, and I knew it was going to have a little bit of weight to it, so I didn't want to flex out of level. And I did shim the bottom of this flange just to get it where I wanted it to be. And so basically, now that I've got my pipe flange there in the middle of where it needs to be, just simply drill the hole. Again, make sure you know what is behind the wall before doing this. But that's basically what it looks like. If you take the pipe flange off, and then I had 1/2 inch rod, and I went ahead and marked as far as the depth of what it needed to go in, so that I would have the exact same amount for whenever I drill into my mantle, that everything is the same and I'm not having to guess which one is longer than the other or what. So I just made sure I had it where I needed it to be, and there's kind of the finished result before the mantle's going to go on. And just taking time to make sure you're accurate, that's going to be the success in this project. And so it's pretty much sitting the piece of wood up there, and transferring the marks over, again, making sure you're dead accurate on your measurements, so that this will go on way easier than what it could be if you just kind of roughly doing it. But I didn't set up, couldn't hold the camera and drill this, but it's basically the same process. Put the pipe flange on the piece of wood to get the hole started straight, and drilled down, and then actually removed the flange and drilled it the rest of the way, as far as to make it as deep as I needed it to be. And then it's basically taking it in there and getting the piece of wood to go on there, which it did take a little bit of maneuvering around and putting it on, and taking one side back off, and trying to get it, because it is a very snug fit. And you may even have to kind of waller the holes out just a little bit to give yourself a little bit of flexibility. But it is a great fit. As you can see, I did struggle with it a little bit there of getting it exactly on there. But once it's on, it's pretty much locked in place. I don't know that anything's going to knock that off. I feel like I could climb up there and stand on it. That it is very sturdy. But here I just get the level, and I'm dead on level on the on this view here. As far as the piece of wood, it's right on the money. And so that's basically the process I did. I don't know that this is an original idea. It's just kind of what I had on hand and knew that I could make work. And there may be other videos out there that uses this method as well. But anyway, I just wanted to share my experience with it. It went pretty well. One thing I did forget to mention, after I drilled the holes into the mantle, into the piece of wood, I actually sat the piece of wood on the rods and scribed the back of the board to my wall so that I wouldn't have any gaps whatsoever on the back side. That'll definitely put the finishing touches on the project for you, for it to fit nice and snug against the wall. So you definitely want to not scribe it before you drill the holes. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to get the pipe flange exactly level and straight. So that's one more tip for you on that.